Ah, I, I'm kind of laughing at what's happening here. I'm also laughing because I just saw the Astros score. I mean, what do you want? Mariners lose 5-1. They fall to 53 and 50 on the season, and they lose their second in the 3-game series against the Angels. Scoring place. Mickey Moniak walks with the bases loaded. Zach Neto sacrifices to score Brennan Drury, and Logan Gilbert makes an error to score Nolan Shannywell. 3-0. And Luis Rengifo singles to center to score Mickey Moniak and Zach Neto. 5-0. Mariners get one in the bottom. Cade Marlowe grounds into a double play. I, I don't know. You wanna come? Oh, this is a good girl. This is something worth paying attention to. This baseball team's not worth paying attention to right now. Before you go crazy and say, hey, I'm not suggesting a boycott or anything like that. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Look at how cute this girl is. And look how crappy that baseball team is that you just watched. Hey. Oh, big yawn. Oh, that's a big yawn. Um, Logan Gilbert pitched totally fine. He made a big boo boo on one defensive play. Josh Rojas made a big boo boo, and Tyler Locklear probably should have caught the ball. Nice job by Austin Voth. Nice to see Gabe Spire out there too. Are you gonna give me kisses, or do you want down? I think you want down. Simply Seattle provides the very best in Seattle sports gear. Awesome stuff for the Mariners, the Seahawks, the Kraken, the Storm, the Huskies, the Cougars. You code Mollywop 15 to save 15% off your order. Link in the description. Thank you so much, Simply Seattle. What an absolute. That's in first place. The Mariners are in first place. How? Did you see that? Did you see and look? Of course, this is partially because, as expected, JP Crawford goes on the injured list. And maybe less expected, Julio Rodriguez goes on the injured list. You want to play fetch? You want to play fetch? I'm just picturing somebody. This is your first time looking at Mile Y and then watching this. Holy crap. So JP and Julio go on the injured list. There's a little bit of an excuse. And it is, as expected, Ty France, given, for lack of a better term, is walking papers. But even acknowledging that, and Tyler Locklear went 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Pretty Ty Francian type of game, if you ask me. But even with the acknowledgement of losing JP and Julio, and JP has been terrible this year, and Julio has only been good for stretches. Even with those acknowledgments, this is a garbage lineup. This is pathetic. This is inexcusable. Your order: Josh Rojas, Victor Robles, Cal Raleigh, Jorge Polanco, Luke Raley combined to go 0 for 7, 9, 13, 0 for 17 with a couple walks and 4 strikeouts. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know. I wish I knew, because I'd tell you if I knew, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know. And here's just what I'll say. Hold on. Doing my best not to laugh. I've I've seen a lot of people talking about this team and suggesting that watching it, that they can't be buyers, that they can't go at at the deadline. And you are, I hate the term entitled to your opinion, but you are well within your rights to state it. But you know what? I hate the way you think. If anything, watching this should motivate you to get better. But there's this idea in baseball. Well, if you can't be perfect, if you can't be a guaranteed World Series contender, you might as well just stand pat and watch your accumulate a bunch of cost controlled players. And I hate that attitude. I hate it. You have an unbelievable starting rotation. You have a solid enough bullpen. And many of you think that the first place Seattle Mariners shouldn't be looking to get better. And I kind of pity you. And maybe some of it is you just bracing for the disappointment of them not making a big move. That's fine. It's a little bit of the I'm not crying, I'm laughing thing. I'm laughing, but I'm crying too. If you are the Seattle Mariners front office and you don't watch games like this and you don't think, holy crap on a cracker, we have to get better. We have to make this team better. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Because, guys, if you base your future on a starting rotation, best of luck to you. Because you know what happens to arms in the year of our Lord 2024? They get hurt. If you are just planning on, well, we'll just be in contention forever because we have this great rotation, it's possible. It's beyond possible. but you are taking a massive risk. What I can tell you right now is these five starters are healthy right now. You're in first place in the division. Go get better. I use the phrase golden opportunity too often, but what else is it? You haven't won a division since 2001. You haven't won, not including the wild card series, since 2001. You've played one playoff game since 2001 in front of your home fans. I'm sorry, you telling me this team doesn't deserve to get better is nonsense. Go get better. They're in first place. They have gotten thoroughly outplayed by the Angels over these last two games. They've lost 5 of 6 to the Angels. And they're in first place with 59 games to go. It ain't like they're in first place and it's May 8th. It ain't even like it's June 8th. It's July 23rd. There is a little over a week until the trade deadline. You are in first place with as good of a pitching rotation as there is in the sport. Get better. And I don't want to hear the excuses about the market. I don't want to hear the excuses about the injuries. I don't want to hear the excuses about they tried. I don't want to hear any of that. I want this team to get better. I want this team to attempt to win a World Series. And if you don't add at least 2 bats, you aren't trying. And you don't care. Prove to me that you care. Prove to me that this matters to you. And I'm talking to everyone there. Everyone. Prove to me that this is important to you. Because I'm done with well, they were in a rebuild. Well, their starting pitching's really good, but they just haven't gotten a chance to improve the offense. Well, the guys they picked up just didn't hit. Well, no, none of that. I'm done with it. I'm beyond done with it. Get better. Figure something out internally. Figure something out externally, especially externally. Because look, I'm a prospect guy. I write about them for a living. Hoarding prospects is not what this organization should be doing right now. Your job, front office members, is to convince teams to give you players to make this team better. So I don't want to hear there's just nobody available. Everyone's available. It's your job to figure out how you can get those available players who are on the market, who are being marketed, and how you can do it without destroying your farm system. That's your job. And ultimately, your job is to win a World Series or to at least compete for one. They're in first place. There is still everything to play for. Yeah, this is funny. Sadly, it's funny to watch a team that is in first place that has a bottom 3 in their lineup of Jason Vossler, Dylan Moore, and Cade Marlowe. There's some comedic stuff to that. But I don't want to laugh. I want to watch my grandma's favorite baseball team, Seattle's favorite best baseball team, win a World Series and at the very least get to one or compete to get to one. And you can't do that unless you improve this team externally. So go do it. Thank you for watching. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. Really appreciate the support. For those of you who made it to the end of this thing, and if you quit after 30 seconds, I don't blame you. I am going to have the top 10 prospects in the system, or 15 prospects, excuse me, now that the draft class is official. So we'll talk all that stuff about prospects and then give you a list. Am I part of the problem? Really appreciate the support, but that'll be only for Mile Y enthusiasts. $4.99 a month. Go get better. They're in first place.